Is your kids' ministry lesson feeling a little blah? Maybe the kids are starting to look at you with that glossy eyes look. Do not panic. Today I'm going to show you the best way to take any Sunday school or children's church lesson and to turn it from something boring into something absolutely amazing. And it only takes one small change. I'm Kristen Freeman, and this is the Kids Ministry Toolbox, where we bring you all of our tips, tricks, and hacks for making learning the Bible super fun, super exciting, and super accessible to a variety of ages. So if you are new here, welcome. My husband and I are the children's ministry directors at our church, and we have been working on our own curriculum, making lessons that are fun, hands-on, interactive, that take big Bible truths and break them down to little hearts and little minds. So if you are ever looking at a classroom full of kind of bored kids, just know you are not alone. Even the most exciting and amazing teacher has been there, where you have people staring at you like they just wish you would stop talking. And so don't feel bad. We have all been there. So the problem is, children have very short attention spans, and sometimes Bible truths can be a little hard for them to grasp. And so it's hard for them to stay entertained, stay focused. So there are multiple ways to make a lesson fun, exciting, and engaging. However, the quickest and the easiest one, when you notice their eyes are getting droopy, their hands are getting fidgety, and they're kind of getting that far stare that lets you know they're not here with me right now, they're thinking about something else. Here is how you can fix the problem. Super simple, and it is free. Get them moving. So get them up, get them out of their seats, and you can do this in a variety of ways. I'm going to give you my top 3 tips for doing this and adding it into a lesson. Number 1, you can have them act it out. So if you're doing the walls of Jericho, have them be those soldiers and march around the walls of Jericho. If you are talking about Ruth, have them out in that field gathering wheat for the harvest, right? If you are talking about the nativity, have them walking like the shepherds, or looking, oh, the shepherds saw the angels and they all fell down in fear. Quick, fall down. And so you can have them kind of acting out that lesson as you go. Number 2 is to tell the story in a way that has a clue word hidden inside of it. So this one takes a little bit more prep, unless you are super good at spur of the moment throwing together a script. So the way that you would do this one is, if you were telling the story of David and Goliath, every time they hear the word rock, maybe they jump up out of their chairs. And so this gets them listening. So you say, David saw many rocks in the stream as he was walking by, and they would pop up and be like, and then he noticed a big giant up on the hill. What's he doing standing there on that rock? David thought, and they would jump up again. And so the idea is to get them listening for that clue word that's going to keep them engaged, keep them focused, because you want them to be listening for the clue word. But that movement is going to break up the lesson. Finally, the last tip that I have for this is to give each of them a role in the story. So they're listening again for their part. Like, all right, you're going to be the shepherds, and you're going to be the wise men, and you're going to be Joseph, and you're going to be Mary, and you're going to be a camel, and you're going to be the sheep. And so as they're telling the story, they're listening for their role. So the first one that we talked about was the moving in coordinates with the actual lesson, like a whole class is acting out the lesson as you're doing it. This one is almost more like a scripted play. You're going to give them an assigned role in the play. They can do it however they want, right? So this lets them use their imagination, use their creativity, but you're getting them up out of their chairs. You're getting them interacting with the Bible. You're making that connection with the Word of God, and you're allowing them to put themselves in the place of a Bible character or in a moment in the Bible. So this one is really good for those kinesthetic, hands-on learners who need to really feel what a lesson is like in order to really grasp it. So this is my tip. That is my trick for you today, is add movement to your lesson. If you have a tough topic, if you're having a rough day with your students, you will be surprised at how quickly a little bit of movement can change the entire trajectory of your day, of this lesson, and really make that big Bible truth, that really hard concept that you're trying to teach, how it can just break it down and make it simple and have them really, really remember it it and dive into it and be excited to go home and excited to tell their parents what they learned today. So if you found this helpful, I would love if you would subscribe to our channel. We are going to be bringing you object lessons, games, tips and tricks for teaching, all the things that make kids ministry fun, exciting, building a community here of people who are passionate about taking the Word of God and teaching it to young children. So we would love to have you hop along with us as we go on this journey. Thank you for joining us today, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.